Welcome, Innerji The Metaphysical Crone, and I'm going to be doing readings for you this evening, playing games. We've got the mystic message. We've got our colour of life theme, which tonight is metal. It's gold, beautiful, blingy gold. And also we've got there's so much going on. I hope you've had a great week, and if you haven't, hopefully I might be able to help you tonight with some of your questions. In fact, I know we can help each other tonight. Now, of course, we've got a few things we need to look at concerning readings. So the first thing is we don't do any medical health related readings. Those are best left to the professionals, and in quite a few countries around the world, because we are a worldwide platform here, that they are illegal for anyone not qualified to be able to delve into those topics. We also don't do general readings when it comes to the free readings. No free general readings, but you can have a donated 5-minute general reading. So if you want to get like a general overview on your love situation, your career, whatever, then a 5-minute general reading is the way to go. In terms of other donors, we have, of course, our 3-minute reading, 1 question only, please. And then we have the mini and the mega readings, and those are untimed, so they kind of take as long as they take. Now, with the mini reading, it's 1 question only, but with the mega reading, we can ask about different as well. So that's just an overview, and of course, if you would like to have a donated reading, you can click on the link either on Facebook or on YouTube. Now, if you're listening on one of the many radio stations and you want to ask a question, pop on over to YouTube or Facebook and pop that question in. So let's have a great night together. I am really, really looking forward to sharing readings with you and talking about all things glittering gold. Okay, so let's move on to our first question and see who we have. And we'll just get the card shuffled in, and let's see who we have for our first question, and it's our beautiful Audrey. Audrey says, hi, Innerji. Oh, look, I've got a shooting star, a kangaroo, and a blue heart. Thank you so much. And Audrey asks, can you see that in the future create someone, particularly another female? Thanks. Well, let's have a little look for you regarding that. So let's put up some cards and see about, first of all, creating an online business in the future. You know, I feel like for you that you've got, you jump into that. I feel like you've got a lot of other things going. I've got the 5 of coins there, and what that is saying to me is that now is not the time. I think this is a long-term plan rather than a short. To that 5 of coins, the energy is there for it, but you've got too many other things on your plate. I think you're looking at least a year away. I feel also that you've got to make sure you're clear about why you're doing it, what you want it to be. So there's a lot of research, a lot of prep before you even consider someone else working with you, because I've got that devil card reversed, and that's all about that sort of temptation to jump in and just do things without thinking it through. I also have the death card. Now, with this death card, I'm seeing that, yes, change and transformation is there for you, but I really feel that you've got to be very careful about this online business. Be more clear about it. I feel at the moment it's just an idea that and out. And the T coin I have is, I feel like in the long-term future, yes, bringing in someone to work with you will be good. Having But initially, I think you've got a lot of thinking to do around why you want to do this. I want that to be of help. Gosh, starting a business. I've started a few businesses in my time. And, you know, it is always a challenge. And I always find being as prepared as you can. I mean, we can't prepare for everything when it comes to starting up a new business, but as prepared as you smooth out the teething problems, because every business goes through teething problems. I don't care how well planned out it is. So, yeah. And Audrey says, interesting. Okay, thank you. You are so welcome, Audrey. And that was a great question. I love business and career questions. To our next question, please. Who do we have? And we have Jocelyn. Hello, Jocelyn. Lovely to see you here. And Jocelyn asks, hi, Innerji. Do you see me and my family living abroad next year? Please and thank you kindly. Oh, that's so nice. And you're currently living in Australia. So let's have a look at your journey around living abroad next year. So in the year 2024. Oh, things are looking pretty positive, I feel. I have Pentacles, or the Six of Coins. And this is saying to me that the urge is there, the practicalities of it are there. And I feel that for you, it is about getting a balance between what you have now and what you're looking for by living abroad. This Six of Pentacles, there's potential there. There is an opening up for you for next year. I've got also the Page of Wands. So the inspiration is there. The energy is there for starting something new. But this is a small start. So I'm getting the feeling that living abroad next year might be more of a staged one big final move. I also have the Eight of Cups here. And I feel like you need to look at what it is that you're leaving behind, as well as what you're wanting to move to, and getting the balance between the two. I do feel that for you, you want to move away from something as well as towards something, if that makes sense. Because sometimes when we want to move somewhere, it isn't about just what we want to move on to. Sometimes it get away from, so to speak. And I feel like there is a little bit of that in your energy field. Let's do some T-coins for you. And we have the male energy here. So it's a masculine person or a male energy. This is a move that you need to talk through with someone else before you decide to do it. I do hope that's of help. And thank you so much for your question. Yes, travel. Now that this pandemic thing is all over and done with, the ability to get out in the world again. More and more people, I feel, are wanting to travel. Where would you like to travel to? If money was no object, if you didn't have to worry about work, where in the world would you like to? Answers in the comments. I would love to know why you choose different countries. Like, I adore Hawaii. I've been to Hawaii twice, and it's one of my favorite places. So where would you like to travel to? Interesting question. Maybe some interesting answers. Now, tonight's theme is about gold. And so with this beautiful blingy gold, it's the color of wealth. It's the color of success. It's also a color that's associated with prestige, you know, the gold standard, our golden child. How many words or sentences do we use that uses the word gold as a descriptive as opposed to describing the actual metal? It's also associated with influence and prosperity. But gold is also a passionate color. It's an uplifting color. It's a joyful color. But a little bit more about gold later in the show. So let's, oh, Love says Egypt and India. Oh, yes. I would particularly love to go and see the Great Pyramid of Egypt. That would be amazing. Hey, let's go. Squirrel says, I'll go with you, love, plus Japan. Yes, my husband would love to go to Japan. That's on his bucket list as well. Awesome. And Diana says, Bora Bora, I want to stay in a water bungalow. Yes, those bungalows that are sitting above that ocean with all the balmy temperatures. Diana, I'm with you on that one. Lynn would love to go to Ireland. Such amazing history there and such amazing mythical stories that are around Ireland. Brilliant. I absolutely love all those choices. I want to go. I'll carry everybody's bags. How does that sound? Right. Let's go on to our next question, please. Who do we have? And we have Haley. Haley asks, will I be able to overcome the stress, anxiety I may have when going back to school to retake my human gross anatomy course to be successful? Didn't pass the first on August the 21st this year. Thank you. Well, let's have a look. Oh gosh, studying is always stressful anyway for me. I'm one of those people who get freaked out by studies, but I do love learning, so that carries me through. But let's have a look at your stress and anxiety around this gross anatomy, and that is a fairly strong course, isn't it? I've studied human anatomy myself as a massage therapist. All right. I feel that what you have to do with this Eight of Swords reversed, I really feel that you have to get yourself together. I know that sounds crazy because when we're anxious, when we're feeling stress about something, we're calm and be centered. But with this is showing your energy out of alignment. Don't drop into all the fear about whether it will work or whether it won't. I encourage you to start with the beginner's mind, the Buddha beginner's mind. It's a retake. But imagine going with the wonder and excitement of learning, because I have the King of Swords reversed. And this is saying to me, don't make negative decisions. Don't make negative choices. Turn that king around. Be positive in your thinking around doing this course again and retaking the exam at the end of it. I've also got the Devil card reversed. Now, don't let this card scare you, okay? This is about you not sabotaging yourself. A lot of times when things happen, we kind of do our own inner self-sabotage, and we don't do it consciously. So don't give yourself a hard time about this, but sometimes we kind of get, it's about clearing your thinking, starting fresh, going in with curiosity, with enthusiasm. It will take you out of your comfort zone, but I believe that you can get there. It's all about your thinking and feeling processes around it. You can do it, Haley. You can do it. Thank you. That was a great question. And that's a good example of what we call here at My Psychic Connection a juicy, meaty question. Rather than a question that they feel about me or what does Z want me to do at work, it's putting a little bit of context there so that with our readings, we can jump straight into what's really going on as opposed to trying to tune in psychically all the time and work that out first. So good, juicy, meaty questions. And thank you so much for your great question. That's great. So coming up a little bit later, we have our Colour of Life game, and also a little bit later we have the Mystic Message as well. So make sure you stay around for those two things. Now let's move on to question, please. Who do we have? And we'll just get the cards shuffling, and we have our beautiful Love. Love says, will I be able to find the answers I am looking for regarding S and L? Curious if I will find the clarity in the coming weeks about my, and thank you. All right, so this is about your connection and feeling clear about how you connect to S and L. Let's have a look at that. Okay, this is looking quite positive for you in regard to this connection and you finding it. The first card I have is the Ace of Wands reversed. So I feel like there's new, fresh energy coming into this connection. I do feel that something has happened with your connection to S and L that has not been so positive. And I feel that there is an opportunity for us again, if that makes sense to you. I also have the Five of Coins reversed. Now, this Five of Coins reversed says that there has been some sort of loss between the three of you. That's what I'm seeing here, but it's starting to open up again in a more practical way. The Page of Pentacles or the Page of Coins, and this is about the practical things. This is about the practical physical things that we do in the world. So I do see with that, with the Ace of Wands reversed, I do see this connection having a new beginning and you feeling more clear. We've got that Tower card reversed. Things will slowly start to come back again. I feel like there's been a bit of distance between you. It's almost like S and L and then you over on the side. So I feel that that will slowly start to change. And let's do a T coin for you. And we've got the sword. And the sword says that you've got to just cut off all the negative aspects, cut off all the negative things that have been going on, and focus on a new beginning for this connection. And yes, you will find clarity around it as you move through. Appreciate all the wonderful questions tonight. Now, remember, there's no such thing as a silly question here at My Psychic Connection. We are always willing to answer those questions, except, of course, for medical and legal. You know the reasons why. Best left to the professionals. But don't get a question. Don't think it's silly. I remember at school, I had a great teacher who always said there's no such thing as a silly question. The only thing that's silly is not asking it. So please, I encourage you, if you think your question's silly, forget that, throw it out the door and ask your question and make it juicy and meaty. All right, let's move on to our next question, please. Who do we have? And we have our beautiful Gemma. Hello, Gemma. And Gemma says, hi, lovely. Adam and I have been talking about me visiting him and staying at his house. It's about 4 hours away by train, and I have my health issues to consider. Will it happen, and is there a time frame? That is a great, juicy. Let's have a look about visiting Adam and staying at his house and when. So I'm going to do looking at the energies around you, staying there first. I'm going to do 2 cards for that. I feel that you've got to get your confidence back around getting out and about, particularly as a way. There's a lot of fear. There's a lot of emotional upheaval with this King of Cups, I'm trying to say, reversed. There's a lot of emotional upheaval. Can you see all the ocean there? It's just swirling around. And so when he's upright, that doesn't bother him. He's centered. So I feel your emotions, and I feel that, to be honest, Gemma, that kind of gets in the way of how you are physically. I feel that you've got to get focused on this. We've got the 7 of Cups reversed. I feel for you that you really need to be saying, if this is what I want, what do I need to do to make it happen? And what can I do to myself to deal with those fears? Now, let's look at timing for you. I'm going to look at September, October, November, or December. You know what? I've got a really good card which is fulfilled. This is the 9 of Cups, in this case, the 9 of wine glasses. Very nice, toasting. So I feel like there is an opportunity for you to do this in September. There is a but. And the but is you need to overcome your negative thinking around it. Or you can't. You need to choose. But September is looking like a potentially good month, moving into early October. Thank you so much for your question. That was another really good one. You are all amazing. You really are. It is so wonderful to be here with everyone. A little bit about a crystal. And the crystal I want to talk about today, I've got it here on my desk, is pyrite. Look at this, a little bit of bling, and then a little bit of bling. This is in its natural form. It's a natural cube. And pyrite is also known as fool's gold. And you can see why when we hold it up. It does look like gold, shimmery and shiny. It's all for encouraging strength with yourself, encouraging your leadership qualities. It's a great stone for really getting the flow of ideas. I mean, we do call it a crystal for healing purposes, but it is actually a dense stone like gold. It's great for manifestation. I like to use pyrite along with citrine for manifestation purposes. I also like to use it when my energy's a bit low because it gives me a bit of a lift, a bit of an uplift. And let's face it, it kind of represents sunshine, doesn't it? The beautiful golden rays of the sun trickles out. It's great if you're feeling tired. It's great if you have if you've been overworking to get your energy back. So that's just a little bit about gold, and we might talk a little bit more about gold and pyrite a little bit later again in the show. And Gemma says it's my birthday in September. Thank you. What an amazing birthday trip that would be. And Love says very beautiful energy, all on point. Thank you for your feedback. That is just to help you appreciate your feedback on all of the readings. We all do here at My Psychic Connection. And now it's time for the Colours of Life game. Now, before the show, I chose a colour. And what you have to do, you've got about 3 minutes. So you start and keying in what colour you think I have chosen. Now, you can use your intuition. You can tune in and see what your intuition tells you, or you can type in as many guesses as you like. And let's talk a little bit more about pyrite while we're waiting for that winner to come up. Pyrite can assist with anxiety and frustration. And because of it being sort of reflective, it's a great one when you want to look in the mirror to do some practical reflection and do that. And also when you do that reflection, it kind of reveals the inner causes of things. So pyrite is a great crystal to do some deep work with, even though it's bright and shiny and blingy. It is really a wonderful crystal. And traditionally, it was for success, enthusiasm. It brings in joy and happiness. Now, let's see how we're going with a potential winner. I will give you a hint. It's an earthy color. See how you go with that little hint. Now, let's talk about the show at My Psychic Connection. We have an incredible array of live shows every night, Monday through Thursday at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and that is midday here, Australian time on the East Coast. We have Monday nights, our beautiful Path with her quotes, with her crystal corner. I love her crystal corner, my crystal sister. Then, of course, Tuesday nights, it's me, Innerji, the Metaphysical Crone, here and now. Wednesday nights, it is We Psychic 3. So with We Psychic 3, it's triple the fun. Then Thursday night, it's our beautiful Psychic Rose coming from the Catholic Witch's Den. What is in her cauldron? Ooh. And then Friday night, well, this is the best way to end the week, to start the weekend off. It's Journey Ride with Eastern Standard Time, and that's 10 a.m. Australian time for all my Aussie buddies out there. And it is a hoot. You'd never know who's going to be there. You never know who the guests are going to be, but there's always lots of fun, jokes, of course, tons and tons of readings, great readings. Evening. So that's the time I suggest you go and get your favorite drink, your favorite nibblies, sit back, because the show doesn't always go just for an hour. It goes a bit longer. Oh, and here we have our winner. We have the beautiful Adrian with the color brown. Yes, you know, brown, because it sort of comes across as dull and a bit but it's a beautiful, earthy, grounding color. So congratulations, Adrian. I am going to do a reading for you as winner of the Colours of Life game. And Adrian goes, woohoo! Yes, I'm with you on that one. So I'm going to use my beautiful hybrid deck and see what your message is and what comes out for you. The first card I have for you is about letting go. And this is about letting go emotionally, Adrian. I feel like there is some old emotional baggage that you're still holding on to. This is a beautiful card. And it is time to look at what that baggage is and deal with it. deal with those emotions and then let go. Emotions are a water element, so it is about flowing. They're never stagnant. Don't hold on to emotions unnecessarily. And we've got free spirit. And this is say, be your own free spirit. I feel like you kind of get hemmed in by others at times. And then that's what creates some of the emotional responses that you let go of. But, and Adrian says, for sure, I've been doing lots of shadow work trying. Oh, Adrian, you are doing it, girl. You are doing it. There is no trying. As Yoda says, there is no try, only do. That's about as best as you can get about Yoda from me. But really, you're in rhythm. You're finding your new rhythm. You know, with this card, it's about going with the flow of life, not trying to force anything, but also not just sitting back and letting things occur. It's about finding that middle ground, going with the flow, set your own rhythms, be true to those through. Congratulations on being the winner of the Colours of Life game. Thank you so much. And I do hope you found that little bit of insight to be helpful. Okay, I think we're ready for a next question. Why not? Let's go on to the next question, please. I will get my trusty deck. We have, and we have Diana. Hello, beautiful Diana. I absolutely love your name. It's really great. And Diana asks, when will Jay start spending more time with me? So a timing question, spending more time with you. Let's have a look. What have we got? All right. So we've got the Knight of Cups first. And this Knight of Cups is saying to me that, you know, yes, you're emotionally ready. You want to spend time with Jay, but I feel that the timing is not right. There's more work to be done on this relationship, a lot more communication, because we've got the Four of Swords reversed. Now, when it's upright, this Four of Swords is like rest. You can take some time out. You can just go with the flow. But when it's upside down, it's saying to me there's a lot more communication that is required here. I don't feel that you're at that you want to be at. I don't feel that you and Jay are on the same page. Let's do some T coins for you and see what we've got. We've got the chair, and I feel that things are a little bit uncomfortable at the moment around the situation. I feel that you've both got to really start to get more comfortable with each other before this can move forward. In terms of when, let me just have a look at that for you. So here we go. I've got the Tower card reversed. I don't feel that this is going to has to be a slow, organic way forward. I feel that you want things to happen now. You're ready for things to happen now, but I feel that there needs to be time for you and Jay to get on the same page, because you're not there. You're not there at the moment. And I'm so sorry to say that. I want it so badly. And the other card I have is the Ten of Coins. This shows positivity for the long term. I do hope that's of help. And yeah, keep the communication up. Communication in relationships is so important. I don't know, we can have a tendency to, and Diana says, thank you. My dear, you are so welcome, and I do hope it goes well for you. Relationship communication, they're so intertwined, you know. It doesn't matter how long you've been with someone or not been with someone. Communication is the key. I call communication when it comes to relationships the big key, because that is what opens the way forward. That helps us to understand the other person. Relationships, I'm talking about work relationships, friendships, families. Communication is the key in every single relationship. So I encourage you, if you're having any issues in relationships, try and talk it out with the other person. You'll get a better idea of where they're coming from. On to our next question, please. Who do we have, please? And we have Cindy. Hello, Cindy. What a beautiful photo you have in the background there. That's lovely. Cindy says, good evening. Not hearing from my friend Jay and not responding back with my messages. Just want to do with me because he's been going through. It's been 6 months. You know, Cindy, It has been a long time for you. I understand that. But it's also been a long journey for Jay as well. He just does not. I don't even need cards for this one. I will put some out for you. My feeling is into it. My energy is feeling low as I talk about Jay. He is not ready to be there for other people. He needs to be there for himself. And this has been confirmed with the cards. I've got the King of Coins reversed. He's not strong in his own being. He's not sick at the moment. And so he doesn't have the energy to be reaching out to lots of different people. And I'm afraid, Cindy, that does include you. We've got the Judgment card, Cindy, and I feel that for you, my dear, you need to sort of step back a little bit and reserve judgment on what's going on. It's to ignore you. I don't feel like he's intentionally ghosting you. I think that's the modern day term for it when people aren't in contact. But I do feel like you just need to let things be, let things go, allow the time. And I've got the Emperor card reversed, and this is just Jay is not in a strong space at the moment, and he's got his own stuff that he truly needs to focus on. Let's do a T coin for you and see where that goes. And can I get any more clear with this? It's the hourglass, and it's saying you need to give it time, and you need to then start bringing your energy back to you. You've got this beautiful, caring heart. Put some of that back onto you in your life and allow Jay the space that he needs. I do hope that's of help. And thank you so much. I really appreciate it. And I appreciate that gentle heart of yours as well, because it is so caring. It is hard when we don't hear from people, isn't it? When we do want to stay in contact with them. But sometimes we have to look at things from the other person's perspective instead of our own perspective, because not everything that is going on in our life we need to share with everyone else, and not everything that is going on in someone else's life needs to be shared back to us. And Cindy says, so welcome, Cindy. Lovely. Let's move on to our next question, please. Who do we have? And we have the beautiful Lynn. Lynn says, I lost everything in a fire this April and staying with friends. Oh, my dear, I'm so sorry to hear that. My heart goes out to you. That's not an easy situation to be in. And the question is, any apartments I applied to, answer very soon. Okay, so you've applied for a number of apartments to move into. Let's see if one of those, at least, will occur. So I'm September, October, and November. Now, September, I've got the 5 of coins. So I feel September, nothing will happen in September. The move won't actually happen in September. I feel like there's going to be a little bit of a delay, because, I mean, that's about 6 weeks, taking us to October, that's about 6 weeks away, I think. And October is looking much better. The 6 of Wands, this is a card of being seen, of success, of being recognized. So I feel October is the timing that will look better for you in regard to finding one of these apartments being made available to you. Let's ask a little bit more about it. World card. And I feel November, that's when your world is going to open up. So October, I feel, yes, there's going to be something coming along, but I feel the actual move might not actually happen until closer to November as well. Let's add a tweak into that and see what other info you're finding an apartment. I've got the Moon card, and so, the Moon T coin. I'm having a tongue-tied day today. Look out. So we've got the Moon here, and this is telling me that, yes, your emotions are heavily invested in this. Obviously, I don't need to be a psychic to know that, but I do feel where you are right now, and I know that isn't easy. I know emotionally with this Moon coin, you are going through so much. Your world has been upside down, but I do see a potential apartment October, November for you. Thank you for that. I appreciate it, and I do hope that helps. I am so grateful that when we had our major bushfires here in Australia about 3 years ago, I was in a lucky position where, yes, they were near me, but they weren't, encroaching on my house. And my heart goes out to anyone who has been, whether it be a fire in your home through an accident or whether it be the fires of nature, with bushfires. It is not an easy thing to come back to. And I believe that. And Lynn says, hooray, my birthday is October. Maybe it will be a good birthday to move right after. Thank you so much for October for you. And I just feel that, when these things happen to us, they're so devastating. But I also find too that sometimes when our inner strength really comes out and we really move forward. I remember a saying that was told to me when I was younger, this too shall pass. So when we have to hang on to that, you can work your way through it because it will pass, because things always move on. And speaking of moving on, let's go on to our next question, please. Who do we have? And we have Adrian. Adrian says, should I keep my son at home? Should I send him to daycare? I'm a Scorpio. Thank you in advance. Beautiful Scorpio energy with fixed water. You do feel deeply. I feel like, it's interesting because it's my son. You want to keep him close. And so I think that's a great question, that keeping him at home or going to daycare, because you kind of want to keep him close. And looking at that photo, that's a little cutie that you have there. So going to daycare, I do feel that maybe you need to give it a little bit more time. I've got the star card reversed. So this is saying to me that I think there are some things that need to be worked out around this. Emotionally feel about your son going to daycare, but about the practical things as well. And the reason I say that is I've got the 8 of Pentacles here. I feel like there are some steps that you need to take before you make this decision. I feel that you need to research the daycare facilities that are essential aspects of the daycare facilities, because we've got these 8 of Pentacles, and I feel like there's lots of different things that you need to look at before you make this decision. So there's no should or shouldn't, there is only choice. With the Queen of Pentacles reversed, free will comes into play. Let him go to daycare, you are going to feel a little bit lost. This is you, this Queen of Pentacles upside down. It's like, oh, but how am I going to nurture him? Will they look after him properly? And she said, it's such a hard decision. Dad can stay home with him, but we want him to have the social aspect of being with other kids. And that does make so much sense. And let's do a T-coin with it as well to see how it would look if we go into, which is, I'm a teacher, I wish I could stay with him maybe next year. Yeah, you want to be the one, I know that. But I feel like with this, we've got the lady, and this represents you. And I feel that you're doing the right thing, stepping back, looks interests of your son around this. And I feel that your partner's on board with you. This is Dad here, and he's on board with this decision as well. I do feel that it might be a hard transition, though, taking him going to daycare. I'm getting the feeling that maybe a little bit more time before he's ready. I feel from the social aspect, yes, it's a good thing, but I feel that you've got to make he's ready as well as you. So lots of preparation to do. Gosh, I'm not a parent, but it must be so hard to sort of, put your child in someone else's care, no matter how wonderful they are, because it's your child. And Adrian says, thank you so much. Adrian, you are very, very welcome. It must be really hard letting child go out into the world. It's also kind of their first little steps of independence, isn't it? So I understand why this is such a big decision for parents, and I'm glad it's a decision I've never had to make. All right, let's move on to our next question, please. Who do we have? We'll just shuffle the cards in readiness, and we have Jennifer. Jennifer says, will I ever find an attorney to help with the trust situation? I keep getting told that they can't help. Jennifer, well, I can't look into the legal aspects of this situation, but I can look into how likely is it that you will find someone to appropriately represent you. So let's have a look and see what we have. Timing. I do feel like in the near future, I do feel it is going to be hard. The fact that you haven't been able to find someone so far is also a practical indication that this is not an easy search for you in finding someone. I do feel that for you, you need to find someone who is willing to take a risk. That's the feeling I have around this, that the person that is going to represent you is understanding the risks involved in this. And if they're a good attorney, well, obviously they'll be able to do that. I do feel that it's a long haul for you. I think answers in the near future. I'm not seeing anything in the next 2 or 3 months. So let's just see if we can get a timing on this for you. I want to have a look at November, and I want to look at November. I've got the King of Wands here. I feel to represent you, November looks like a better time. It looks like a time where someone will be there who will have the energy and the interest. It's, you know, not every solicitor or lawyer takes on every case. They take on the ones that either they think that there's something there, or they take them on because of parents. So I do feel November is probably the most appropriate timing when that might happen, but this is not an easy search for you. Please don't sit back and because this says November that someone's just going to come. You're going to have to keep looking. I do hope that helps, and thank you so much for your question. Now, here at My Psychic Connection, you can never be without us. We always have something going on. So I want to talk about the special YouTube shows that we have happening all the time. Only though, make sure to like, subscribe, and click that notification bell so you don't miss out on any of these special YouTube shows. Every day we have Card of the Day with Cassidy the Card Slinger. Also every day, our beautiful Destiny K of Divine Love and Light does the angel numbers. Then every day, I am now doing numerology for the day. Weekly, we have the transits in you with our beautiful Astro Squirrel looking at the skies for us to see the influences. Spreads with our beautiful Psychic K, where fairy tale meets reading. And by golly, they are so interesting and so insightful. I do Spilling the Tea every week, where I gaze into my teacup and see what's happening there for you. And of course, monthly, it's the mythology of astrology. Just done the mythology of astrology for Leo. So if you haven't had a chance to look at that yet, hop onto YouTube, because she is one of the most amazing storytellers. And there's some new things coming to our YouTube only shows soon as well. So make sure you keep an eye out for those. Okay, let's move on to our next question, please. Who do we have? And we have Amy. Amy asks, when will I find that true love as I shuffle the cards? True love is a relationship where we can walk together for the long term with someone as partners, walking together through life as a team. So true love. Let's have a look at September. We're going to go to December next year and then June next year. Okay, I feel like you've got a little bit of a wait. I don't feel like someone, in terms of true love, is coming into your life in September. So I feel like it's a bit of a wait for you. I feel that things will start to when it comes to the potential of meeting someone. That is really, really important, because when we first meet someone, it doesn't mean they're automatically our true love. Love is something that can grow with time. Then when I look at December, I feel like December's a month where you just are kind of observing and watching, squirreling away that emotional gold that you have that you want to share with someone. Now, between December and March next, doing something very, very positive here. I have the Sun card. And with that Sun card, a bit like blingy gold, our color for the night. It's sparkling, it's joyful, it's happiness. So I encourage you to be patient. I encourage you, though, not to sit back. Really positive is on the horizon for you, even though it's a little bit of a while away. You've got to still keep putting the effort in, because you might miss the opportunity if you don't do that. So my suggestion for you is between sort of December going to March next year, that's when you really need to be aware. You need to put yourself out there. You need to be meeting people to make that initial connection. I do see by March next have met that true love. I do hope that helps. And thank you so much for your question. And we're doing our mystic message. It is mystic message time. So I'm going to use my Spirits of the Animals deck for this mystic message. So let's just shuffle and see. Here we go. Woo! What is the mystic message? Tuning in. Oh, wow. Look at this. We've got elk. Look at this beautiful, noble, proud creature. And this is all about nobility. Now, when we talk about nobility, we kind of days gone by, but celebrate your accomplishments. Celebrate your accomplishments with humility and nobility. When we are being noble about something, we are taking the higher ground. In your life, where can you take the higher ground? Some negativity. Sometimes the nobility aspect is about stepping back as well. This card particularly says you are crowned with success. Look at the antlers there. And this is also saying to me that being crowned with success means putting that thinking cap on you want, really thinking through what it is that you want to do. And the wonderful thing with elk energy is that there are powerful forces that work with you, very earthy, powerful forces that walk with you. And this is saying that your ability to conquer your challenges, you can do it. Your perspective, not getting caught up in the drama, not getting caught up in the ego of it all, just stepping back, thinking it through, and then success will be yours. That's tonight's mystic message. I do hope you find it helpful. And of course, that is the only time I do a general reading that is free. If you would like a general reading, we have the paid version, which is 5 minutes long. That's the only other time that we will do general readings. Thank you so much for being here tonight. Everybody's asking fantastic questions, and I'm having a ball. I'm having a blast. I hope you are too. All right, let's do some more questions. Who do we have, please? And let's see, what deck will I use? I'll go back to my favorite one. Karina with a beautiful Pegasus photo. That's gorgeous. And Karina asks, hello, beautiful Innerji. Do you see things going smoothly with me doing office work for a few hours a week at my son's business? It's just basic reconciling. Go. Doing office work for a few hours a week at your son's business. Oh, interesting. So we've got the star card reversed. So initially it's going to be sort of, it's going to be a, that's what I'm trying to say. It's not like you're going to just easily, smoothly step in. But the good news is that it will all be good. We've got that 6 of Wands, that victory card. So you will be able to do it. It will work for you. It's just going to be a little bit of a, not a difficult entry, but a little bit I think it would be, because sometimes it can be a bit challenging working with family. But I think you'll be fine, because I have that King of Cups card. And so I feel like you'll get yourself centered. You'll settle into it. It'll just take a little while to settle in. You'll settle into it. You'll feel good. You will take charge of the bit. You got all these laughter emojis saying yes, yes, but you will settle in. You will definitely do it. Let's get a tea coin for it and see what we've got. And we've got the teacup. So this is all about communication. In doing this part-time work in your son's business is about making sure you keep the communication up. Keep it a little bit lighthearted. I'm not saying you get overly social. Don't let social life get in the way. It's just there is a bit of lack of organization. Yeah, I think you'll be good at bringing some organization there. But I feel communication is something focused on in settling in, understanding what it is that he needs from you as part of the job, being clear about that. Thank you for the question, and I hope it works out well for you. I'm sure it will. And Corinna says, thank you. Corinna, you are that's another great question with a bit of juice in there, a bit of meat in there. Gosh, I used to be a vegetarian, so I find it interesting me talking about juicy and meaty. Okay, let's move on to our next question, please. Who do we have? And we have Crystal. I can see love coming in, please. Oh, lots of relationship questions tonight. I do like those. I'm actually going to swap decks and use my love deck for you, Crystal Rose. I feel really drawn to doing that. And again, we're looking at a love that's not just a 3-week fling. We're looking at something for the long term. I'm feeling from you. So let's look at October, November, December. So October and November, not looking so good. I've got the Knight of Swords reversed and I've got the 6 of Wands reversed. So this is saying October, November isn't the best time for you. You've got some stuff of your own to sort out first. And I'm not talking about relationship stuff. I'm not talking about emotional stuff. I feel there are other aspects of your life that you kind of need to put your focus and energy into first. However, October, November, but December looking good coming in. So I feel December is going to be a great time. Be out there socializing a lot more. I feel that when you meet this person, I feel rather than meeting online, it will be someone that you meet when you're out and about, out at a Christmas party, out at a work event, out with a physical location where you're physically with people rather than online. Let's do some tea coins. It wouldn't be a reading without all the tea coins. I've got the Mountain. So it's saying to me that when you first meet this person, there's going to be some blockages. It's going to be a slow get to know a mountain. You go through it. That's the hardest way. You can go over it. That's also hard. Going around it is sometimes the longer but better road. So I feel that this is a relationship that you would need to move into a little more slowly. Don't rush in. But I've got the Mermaid. And this is saying that you are going to be very this person and they will be attractive to you. So the click will be there, the chemistry will be there. A question on love, and I do hope you liked my modern love deck. All right, let's talk a little bit about the color gold again. This is my blingy gold. Are you a gold person or a silver person? I wear both. I must admit, I do wear both. I've got a bit of gold on tonight, the gold color. But this color,
hey guys, we're running into a little bit of technical difficulties, and as she was talking about gold, poof, just like gold, it disappears. All right, guys, hang on for just a moment as she tries to come back and see if we can't get her reconnected. I know she's had a little bit of some tech issues tonight. There's a little glitching going on. And as we're talking about gold, I see Squirrel saying both. And then I see silver and more silver. Yeah, I am I like to wear both, but I do like gold, but platinum is actually my favorite because it's gold, yet it's also has that silver look to it. So it's a little bit of both worlds. Love says gold is divine, masculine, and silver / platinum is divine and feminine. I honestly, I've heard that before. I don't agree with that, to be honest. I don't agree that masculine is a yellow gold because I can tell you a lot of gold and how it is has been. I've seen it on women, and it just looks so much better on them than it would a man. And they're not masculine women; they don't show a masculine side. And I know that you're talking about a different aspect, but I don't agree with that. I think all metals are neutral. They can go either way. So they're more neutral. Energy is an alchemist. And then rose gold. Yeah, rose gold's pretty too. Okay, so I am going to leave this back to energy, as I was just talking about the platinum and things like that. But Love had put up something that says that gold is divine masculine and silver/platinum is divine feminine. But I just told her it's not something that I agree with. And then she asked if you were an alchemist.
Ooh, I love the whole idea of alchemy. I do like to mix and match, but I'm not a traditionalist in the terms of gold and silver. That's a really interesting point of view, Love, about how we look at adding polarity to different things that we wouldn't normally consider having a polarity. I must admit, I usually see gold as the sun and moon as silver, so hence I get that as yin and yang. There's a bit in each. But let's go on to our last question, please, and see who we have. And we have Ellie. Ellie asks, will I help a lot of people when I start readings? Oh, well, congratulations on starting readings, Ellie, because it really is a wonderful thing to do. So let me have a look at how you can help people. And, oh gosh, I've got the Four of Pentacles first. So I feel like you've actually been learning a lot, you've been studying a lot, and you've been practicing a lot. I feel like you've kind of getting them all lined up in order to make this happen. I feel that you will help a lot of people. I feel like you've got strong intuition, Ellie. I've got the Seven of Cups here, and I feel that you'll be able to do readings for all different types of people. So it won't be just like love readings or work readings. I feel like yes, you will be able to help people because I have that Knight of Swords moving forward. And so I feel, yes, it's about putting your energy into it, putting your plan together. I feel that you've got to think through a strategy about how you want to help people. What type of reader do you want? I'm experimenting with all of that up to this point. So let's have a look at some T coins for you. So we've got the monkey. Now, the monkey is saying to me in this regard to be a little bit lighthearted in your approach around it. I don't mean that you don't take the reading seriously, but you can be open, be accepting, working out though your boundaries of what you will do as a reader and what you won't. And I've also got the frog, and it's about taking a leap of faith. And I feel you are ready to take that leap of faith. It's doing your first reading as a professional reader, even though not unprofessionally, but just doing it for family and friends, it can be an overwhelming step. I feel that you're ready, and yes, you will help people with that Seven of Cups. Thank you so much for your question. I really appreciate it. And I do hope it's been such a wonderful time being here, and I apologize for my technical hitch on my end. Thank goodness for our beautiful Journey Ryan, who can step in whenever that happens. But it's been great being here. Thank you for the many awesome questions that have been asked tonight. I wish you a wonderful shows, Monday to Thursday, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard, 8 p.m. Friday night, Journey Ryan with Journey and Friends. Until next time, many blessings to you all. Have a great week. Bye.